It's time for the end of the year book tag. This is a tag that was created by Ariel Bissett several years ago, and it has just stuck. It is not the end of the year without this tag. And I do understand that we still have a few days left in November and December, but this is a tag that really reflects on the past year and also asks you some questions about the time that you have left in 2025. So I think now is a perfect time to sit here and go through the questions with you guys. Number one, is there a book that you started in 2025 that you still need to finish? And the answer is yes. Two of my chunky books that I really was excited about getting to, I started and never finished. So let's talk about them. The first one is not going to be a stranger on my channel, and it's Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. This is book 3 in the Farseer trilogy. This trilogy follows Fitz, who is a very young boy when we meet him in the first book, which is called Assassin's Apprentice, and we follow him as he grows up into a man of his young 20s. Fitz is the bastard child of the prince, not the king, the prince, and he simultaneously fits into court politics in the sense that he is familiar with all of his relatives, but he is also very much an outsider. He is raised by the stable master. He has a very outlandish and almost taboo magic that people try and force out of him, but it is so part of who he is, and you're just so sad with him when people try to bring him down. This is a sad boy book. It's just very, very sad boy, but we are here to commiserate with Fitz through all of the ups and downs of his life, and I'm really excited to see where the arc of this first trilogy ends so that we can get into one of my reading goals for 2026. So Assassin's Quest, I'm coming for you. The other one that is going to be really important for me to finish soon is one that I started and was loving and put it down for shorter, faster reads, and that's The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. This is a blend of dystopian, fantasy, sci-fi, very cool magic. We are in a future London where it is illegal to be a clairvoyant or have anything to do with the spirit world. And yet, of course, because this is going to turn into a rebellion story, we have characters who are in fact clairvoyant and need to beat this system that so badly wants them taken down. So we've got underground societies, we have got secret groups of people that nobody even really knew existed, and we've got people trying to figure out where they fit in among all of these secrets and what they need to do in order to fight the system and who is actually the bad guy. All sorts of stuff is going down, but I am only this far into the first book, so I really know nothing yet. I know that we're following Paige, and Paige is a very likable main character, and some really bad things have already happened to Paige, and she's having to combat so much, but there's so much left to discover. I own the first book, I own the second book. I am so ready to be deeply immersed in this story, but I need to stop getting distracted by short, shiny books. And that's what keeps happening to me. Question number 2, is there a book that is going to help you transition into the cooler months? And I have a resounding yes for this one. I am a notorious holiday book hater. I find them so often to be cheesy, campy, written just to get a paycheck, but I really have high hopes for the one that I'm about to talk about. And that's Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I fell in love with Love Light Farms. That book hit so many things in contemporary romance that I adore. We had a setting that felt real. We had main characters who I felt could really fall for each other in real life. They had things going on in their outside world. And it also was a holiday book that was not just let's throw all of the cheesy Christmas tropes in there. I love Christmas, but Christmas time to me is about so much more than just holly jolly ho ho ho, and so many of the Christmas books I read just try and capitalize on things like that. B.K. Borison, I have every ounce of faith that Good Spirits is going to be a good time. This book is following the ghost of Christmas past, and I think her name is Holly, maybe? Oh, is it Holly? Harriet. It's following the ghost of Christmas past and Harriet, and I don't know what it is. I love his mustache, number one. I love a mustache. I love his scruff. He is giving Mr. Tumnus in the best way, James McAvoy, Mr. Tumnus. Do y'all see it? Because I see it. So this got picked for so many of the book clubs that I'm into, which is very exciting, and I really think it's going to ease some of the bah humbugness that I have been taking into Christmas season lately. So B.K. Borison, do your magic. I trust you, girl. Number 3, is there a new release you still need to get to? And of course, Yes, The Will of the Many by James Islington was one of my favorite books I read this year, and I'm so glad that there wasn't much time before The Strength of the Few came out, because this is a bad boy that I really need to get into. The end of the first book left so many of us with our brains just like popping out of our head, so I know that this one's going to answer a lot of questions while it also leaves us with a lot of questions. I've heard that this started out as a trilogy, but it is now going to be a 4-book series. So that just lets me know that like James is like, I'm not answering your questions in a timely manner. But I just have to know what's going to happen to Vis. And with everything that was revealed with book one's ending, I know that so much is going to go down in the second installment, and they're so good. If you have not read these books, they are so good. Hierarchy series, recommend. Haven't even read this one yet, and I know I recommend it. What are 3 books you hope to read before the end of the year? Guys, I can't even tell you a lot about these books, except that I want to read them. The first one is Red City by Marie Lu. This was my book of the month pick last month, and I have heard comps to Jade City, but with more like Romeo and Juliet vibes between the warring clans. I don't know much about it other than that comparison, and honestly, that's all I needed to know. I know they make some sort of alchemical element called sand that increases their like abilities. I don't want to know much else. I just kind of want to be thrown into a new world, and I have so much hope in this little baby. Next up is another book of the month pick, and that is Violet Thistlethwaite Is Not a Villain Anymore. Again, this was a cover by. There's a dragon breathing plants. Do y'all see him? That is a cool dragon. I really like it. I'm hoping that this gives kind of spell shop, cozy, fantasy romance vibes, and that it's just a quick, easy, breezy read while still keeping me in a fantasy world. That's what I want from this one, so it's going on my list. And then the one that I'm probably the most excited about is The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino. Tori from Tori Between Pages absolutely sold me on this book. I am a yearning, pining, give me all of the tension and the buildup. I don't even care about the actual romance. I need pining. And I have heard that this book is nightcore pining. Like truly, that's all I need. So again, not knowing that much because I want to go into books that I'm excited about a little bit more blind. I know that we have a like magic wielder and a knight, and they are very codependent on each other in order for their abilities to work. It kind of reminds me of the Wheel of Time in that sense. If you've read the Wheel of Time, let me know if that's an accurate comparison or not. But I also know she's like wildly in love with him, but can't have him necessarily. And then there's a whole like inheritance to a kingdom plot line. I have the beautiful Illumicrate edition. I'm so glad that they weren't sold out because I don't have that subscription box and I was still able to buy this. Guys, it is stunning. It's making me want to rearrange my library just so I can have this front and center, if I'm being honest. I'm so excited to own this book, but I'm even more excited to read it. So this is like a must read. I don't know when I'm going to fit it onto my TBR, but it is a must read for me. Okay, number 5. Is there a book I think could still shock me and be a favorite of the year? Truly, of anything that I have on my TBR, I really think The Second Death of Locke probably fits that the best, but also this is your opportunity to influence me. Knowing the books that I am in love with, Rebecca Ross, my anticipation for this book, Blood Over Bright Haven, these are some of my all-time favorites. Influence me. Okay, what book do I need to pick up that is going to give me the things I loved about those books? Influence me in the comments below. Thank you. Number 5 is asking if I have already started making plans for 2026. Things like TBRs, vlogs, highly anticipated books, etc. And yes, I'm actually gonna grab my laptop because when I was planning this video, I made quite the list, so bear with me if I'm looking down. The first thing that I really want to commit to in 2026 is being very intentional about my book of the month and my aardvark boxes. Months where I order both, I want to do like a battle of the book boxes type video. Obviously, this can't happen every month, and I can't always guarantee it's going to be in a timely manner. So even if it's February and I'm getting my January video up, or if it's August and I'm getting my June video up, I still think that like the comparison between the book boxes is important, and I think it will be really interesting to see at the end of the year which one reigns supreme. It's also going to encourage me to actually read the books in a timely manner when I get them from book boxes, which is always a goal, and it's not one I've succeeded at very well this year. So yeah, I want to do readathons this next year. This was the first year that I was asked to be actively involved with some readathons. thanks to some of my like friends that I have made on YouTube this year, which that really has been a highlight of the last year, is just feeling like I am part of the community. I have friends that I feel like I'm learning from and that feel like real people to me a lot of the time. Even though I'm a bookish creator, when you're a smaller creator and like your network isn't necessarily huge, it can feel hard to feel like you have a group of support. But I do feel like I've made those friends this year, and so I'm very, very thankful for that. And I'm even more thankful that they have asked me to be a part of some of these huge events that they host on YouTube. It has truly made me feel motivated and inspired and creative, especially when it comes to making reading vlogs. So whether I am like actively co-hosting a readathon with any of my friends, or if I am just participating, I had so much fun last year. I want to do more and go bigger this year without stressing myself out, of course, because nothing is worth that kind of stress. But it is such a fun vessel for creativity and for putting out new and different types of content. So you can definitely count on seeing that in 2026. I want to have a healthy balance of reading vlogs next year as well. I got really inspired to do a lot more creative type things with my reading vlogs. For a long time, I was just doing weekly reading vlogs. I love that, and I don't want that to go anywhere. I think that that really showcases a lot of what I love about other people's channels. I'm a nosy person. And so if you're gonna have a vlog that just takes me like week by week in your life, and I get to like see how you fit reading into your normal day to day, it's my favorite. I love knowing people who have jobs that have like a reading schedule, or people that have hobbies outside of reading and how they fit reading around it. And when people just do their typical weekly vlogs, I get to see that part of their life. I get to know their pets. Yeah, it's a little like parasocial, but we don't have to talk about that element. It just makes me feel included in someone's life. As an introvert and a homebody, I feel like that's something that I crave but don't know how to get. And so people who are willing to share their lives on the internet, you're sharing with me, and I love it. And I hope that weekly vlogs from me do the same for you. But I also have found that I like challenge vlogs, and I have a couple of really fun ideas. Some upcoming ones that my patrons have helped me figure out are their favorite Sonic drinks, choose my TBR. So that one's gonna be really fun. And then I've finally figured out how to fit pickleball into a vlog. So there will be a pickleball inspired reading vlog coming up. I don't know when, but soon as well. And I think that that one's going to be really fun. So I want to have a healthy balance between like these bigger production value type videos and just cozy week in my life while I read videos. I said videos and vlogs a lot in those last couple sentences. I do want to binge new series. I am not a series binger, but there's so many out that I feel like if I don't binge them, then what happened with the Bone season is going to start happening with these other series that I'm very excited about too. So we'll see what happens with that, but just listen to some of the series I want to read next year, okay? I want to read Dungeon Crawler Carl, The Live Ship Traders, which is kind of what I was hinting at when I was talking about Assassin's Quest earlier. That is the second trilogy arc in the realm of the Elderlings. I want to try some books I'm skeptical about and see how I feel about them. As someone who does not like people being mean in my romance books, I want to try Zodiac Academy. It might go very, very poorly. You might get a very ranty vlog from me, but I do want to try that. I want to give Callie Hart another try, maybe, question mark. So I might be reading Brimstone. If y'all remember, Quicksilver was one of my first reads of this year, and it did not go well, but I'm down to give her another shot. She is so beloved that it could go well. It could go right. So yeah, The Bridge Kingdom, I want to try reading that series. So there's just a lot. The Carissa Broadbent's new books. I haven't read past Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, so I have a lot to catch up on with good old Carissa. I am thinking of moving my library and getting new shelves. So that could be a fun video. Right now, I have these two bookshelves, and they are just in the corner of my bedroom. I don't know if you thought I had a big library, but I don't. This is it. But I have a wall in my living room that is currently the wall where my TV lives, and there are a couple possibilities for rearranging that room possibly, and I could fit like 4 shelves on that flat wall. So it's a maybe. I also think that like the lighting in there would be so much better to film in. I only have one window in here, and so I use the ring light a lot, and I don't love the way it looks. So we could be moving it. And then something I would love to do next year as a When the Moon Hatched lover. I know not everybody on here loved that book, but I loved that book. I would like to do a channel, so not exclusive to Patreon, but a channel reread, or if it's your first time, a read with us, and then do sprints for the new book. So I don't know if we would like have a book club on Fable where we could just all publicly chat about the new book, but that is something I'm really, really, really excited about. Probably my most highly anticipated read for 2026 is The Ballad of Falling Dragons. So yeah, if you want that to be like a whole channel event, please let me know, because I'm so freaking excited about that book. And I don't reread, y'all. I don't reread things. And so the fact that I want to reread this book, probably on audio, I want to deep dive it. I want to relish every moment in it. Join me. Join me. Join the club. Okay. Okay, I need to shut up. Those were all the questions, guys. I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. I can't believe that it took me 20 minutes to talk through 6 questions, but there's some reflections on 2025, some books that I'm kind of anxious about getting to, and a little sneak peek at plans and goals for the upcoming year. If you want to, remember, you can leave your answers to these questions down in the comments. Please leave me a butterfly emoji if you watched all the way to the end of this video. I have links to all of my social media, including my Patreon link down below. I would love to see you on other corners of the internet, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye, guys.